We're keeping an eye on the fallout from the Pandora Papers this morning. On Sunday, a group of hundreds of journalists released a report that allegedly contains information on the secret offshore tax havens used by wealthy and powerful people all over the world. Governments from Britain to Malaysia now considering tightening restrictions on offshore accounts. National correspondent Paul Gerke is in New York right now. Paul, what is included in these 12 million files that make up the Pandora Papers?
Adrian, I'm not going to lie to you. I haven't had the chance to read them all.
I'm not
Confession.
surprised.
I gave it the old high school paper treatment and gave it a thorough skimming, mostly just reading a summary. But here's what's in the summary. This is a collaboration from journalists all over the world that got documents from 14 different offshore financial firms. This is the same group that dropped the Panama Papers 5 years ago. This is very similar to that, just about twice as large. And this bombshell details the sordid dealings of hundreds of politicians, celebrities, and public officials from more than 90 countries.
You know my hips don't lie, and I'm starting to feel it's right.
Elton John and Ringo Starr are some of the biggest names included in a leak of the Pandora Papers, financial documents containing the business dealings of the mega rich, including anonymous accounts set up away from the eye of the IRS. These so-called tax havens are among the most common forms of hiding assets and income streams.
The global cost of that is about $427 billion of revenues lost every year. And that roughly translates to one nurse's annual salary every second going off into tax havens instead of paying back into the public services that we all benefit from.
You might associate tax havens with offshore accounts, but many don't realize that the United States ranks second in the Financial Secrecy Index, below the Cayman Islands, just above Switzerland.
You probably won't bother going offshore because you can just go to a different state and actually get a lot of the secrecy that somebody in the UK or France might have to go to Cayman or the British Virgin Islands to get.
Many Fortune 500 companies, for example, are technically based in Delaware, where state laws allow business owners to remain anonymous. And the Pandora Papers show that roughly $360 billion in customer assets are currently held in South Dakota-based trusts. President Biden has vowed to crack down on tax evasion, and this leak, the biggest ever of its kind, could be his chance to ride the inevitable wave of public outcry.
The most striking thing to me throughout all of this, besides that police car, we are in New York City after all, is that a lot of the stuff detailed in these Pandora Papers is technically legal, Adrian. They're loopholes, and they're called loopholes for a reason, because they're people taking advantage of the tax code, to be frank.
Well, yeah, I mean, the number of wealthy people they have on this list, it would be quite remarkable if every single one of them was somehow in some illegal activity. I mean, wouldn't that be a statement?
It's a whole enterprise set up. Not one person can do these sort of things by themselves. They have to have enablers, financiers, people with offshore accounts or access to people who have access to them. It's created this web that's sort of revealed within these papers, showing the inner workings of the uber rich and the ultra famous.
And 12 million files is how much it takes to break all of that down. If it was simple, everybody would be a trillionaire. All right. Thank you, Paul.
Yeah, that's true. It's a lot of like A Beautiful Mind looks like the setup. Just imagining Kevin Spacey drawing lines from one to another. It's just an enormous amount of information, too. And I think that makes it so hard for people like us to digest, Adrian. It's just too much to read, so we have to rely on the summaries.
Yeah, or your, as you mentioned, Cliff Notes. Thank you so much, Paul. We appreciate it.